You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing, daily, hopefully. Hello, it is Friday the 6th of September 2024 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. As I speak now, as I record this, it's 25 past 2 in the afternoon and I've had a really productive morning. It didn't quite go according to plan, so because of the jet lag and because I slept yesterday, I did sort of go to bed at about 11 o'clock at night and then woke up again at 1:30, and for a couple of hours it did rather seem like I wasn't going to be able to get back to sleep. I mean, I even read a chapter of The Lord of the Rings and did a couple of other bits and pieces, and then attempted to get back to sleep and then sort of woke up naturally at 7 o'clock, thought, oh, this is more like it, shut my eyes again, and suddenly it was 9 o'clock and I thought, oops, I'd better get up. My plan for today was twofold really, both of which I've achieved. So the first thing I wanted to do was drive into Northampton, the B&Q there, because I have run out of storage boxes for the loft. I'm in the process of moving the contents of my spare room back up into the loft, having taken it all down to get the loft floorboarded. And I'm nearly there. There's very few jobs left now. So I bought a few more boxes. I mean, the only reason I stopped the other day was because I ran out of boxes. So at the moment I'm storing things or splitting things into the following categories: books, CDs, personal items, and magazines. Now, the old magazines are things like Doctor Who magazine, fanzines like The Frame, TV Zone and Total Film, and I've got lots of old issues of those. Probably, I don't know if they are worth anything, but I've got like some of those from issue 1. I mean, I don't still collect them. I don't think they're all still going, actually. I haven't collected all of them, but yeah, I've got and some old Doctor Who magazines. Anyway, so they go in one box. The personal items box was absolutely full, so I needed to get another one of those. So next time I go up there, I now have enough boxes. I bought 4 more to split into every category that I want to, and then with a couple spare as well. I mean, it doesn't matter if I don't use them today or tomorrow, because ultimately I want to move my DVD collection up into the loft. I am toying with the idea of getting a server and digitising all my CD, well, they're already digitised, but ripping all my DVDs and putting them onto a server so that I can remote them. Access them remotely. That's what I'm trying to say. So I can download stuff straight to my iPad or laptop if I want to take them away with me, and also not have the physical DVDs cluttering up the place. But by the same token, I don't want to get rid of the physical DVDs because although streamers are really great and they offer lots and lots of stuff, we are at the whim of what they choose to provide. And if they decide there's a program that I want to watch that there isn't enough call for, they're not going to waste the space on it and they'll take it off. That's happened to me a couple of times as I've been in the middle of watching stuff, so I still prefer to own my own copies of things. And I've got quite an impressive DVD collection, so I've got every episode of classic Doctor Who, both on DVD, and then they've been re-releasing them on Blu-ray. And they've got additional special features, and the Blu-ray ones are quite nice because if some of the original elements were shot outdoors on film, if they've still got that film, and in a lot of cases they still have, they've been rescanning it so the film outdoor elements are actually in HD, even though the studio videotape elements aren't. So the DVDs are often a genuine improvement on the old the Blu-ray versions are often a genuine improvement on the old DVD versions, but I think the DVDs are collectible, so I'm not going to get rid of any of them. But I've got like all the old Star Trek shows on on DVD or Blu-ray, so classic, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager and Enterprise, and I've got some of the new ones. I've got Picard because now it's finished. I didn't mind buying it, and I'll probably buy Discovery soon now that's finished. And yeah, so there's just a lot of stuff that still a lot of work that needs to go on. But the other thing I managed to do today, so after I'd bought the new boxes, I stuck to my plan. I walked in and collected the book from the post office that I had ordered, the one that I thought was in the Amazon pickup point yesterday and wasn't. It was at the post office, so I collected that, then walked into town, ordered the book I wanted to order, and then sat down. Originally I was going to have lunch, but then I kind of ended up not having lunch, just having a coffee and a snack. and wrote 2,500 words of chapter 36 of Empress of the Trees. Now, chapter 36, I was really struggling. So I knew what needed to happen in the chapter, but I was really struggling with my plan. And so in the end, I just sat down and decided to wing it and see what came out of my fingers as I wrote. And what actually came out of my fingers was the return of Carruthers. The character was not meant to show up for another couple of chapters, but actually it makes real sense for him to show up now, because he can start helping them with working out how to get the entity that's in the trapped tree within the Arboretum back to the collective, where it can hopefully help them survive. So that made sense. And then the rest of the chapter is going to continue pretty much as planned, with the general election, with Carl Tucker becoming Prime Minister, and then the return of Lance Corporal Barrera and his attempt to murder Ronnie. So it's back on track. Those things now will follow on from the opening couple of 2,500 words that I wrote that sort of set up the chapter better. They have reiterated the conflict between Marianne and Ronnie, although the more I think about it, the more I think Marianne is shocked by what Ronnie did, but I don't think they are going to hate Ronnie forever. So I suspect, whilst initially I didn't think there was going to be a reconciliation, the more I know, I know Marianne very well. They're probably the character that I thought about the most because of their origins and stuff like that. So I think ultimately they will forgive Ronnie and there will be a reconciliation, which means I've then got to think of another reason for Marianne not to go to Sherwood Forest with Ronnie in the epilogue, but I've already got ideas for that. I think it's going to be that they know that Mackenzie is about to be released from being repaired by the trees, and they want to be there for him. So really productive day. I am visiting my godson and family tomorrow, so I will try and get some writing done, but it just depends on how long I'm there, whether I'm in the mood before or after. Very positive start. I reckon this chapter is going to be another long one, so I reckon I've written less than a third of it already. But now I've written that opening scene, even though it wasn't in my plan, I know where I need to go. And so, yes, things are falling into place for chapter 36. Thank you for listening. I'll be back at some point tomorrow. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.